A lot of runners wonder why during taper their legs feel heavier, and people start to get nervous, understandably. You've been training for weeks for this, sometimes 3-4 months for this event that's coming up, and now as you're lowering your mileage, your legs start to feel worse. There are a couple of reasons why legs feel heavier during the taper, and I'm going to go through each of those for you. The first reason why your legs might start feeling heavy is because your muscles are starting to store glycogen now. Because you're running less mileage, all the glucose and the carbs that are in your bloodstream are getting stored in your muscles, which is what we want. We want that energy for race day. But because you're using less, glycogen also retains some water, so your legs are going to start to feel heavier. It's a normal part of the process, but it's one of those things that we just want to help combat. Another reason why your legs are going to start feeling sluggish is because your nervous system is actually doing less activity now. When you hit your peak mileage, your body's going and everything is running on a smooth system. Now that we've decreased the mileage, your nervous system actually has to down-regulate a little bit. And it takes a little bit of time for your body to get used to not using as much energy. Finally, training fatigue finally starts to show up as you're tapering. You've been building your mileage and you've been increasing the amount of miles that you've been running week by week, and you're running on adrenaline and all that training. When you decrease your mileage, your body is now saying, okay, here's where some of the fatigue starts setting in because your body's actually starting to relax a little bit. Now, there are a couple of ways that we can help with the recovery process and fighting this feeling of sluggishness. The first thing we're going to look at is our Normatec boots. Normatec boots are a great tool that we have to help improve your circulation and decrease the lactic acid in your muscles. We like using them for about 10 to 15 minutes and as high of a setting as you can tolerate every day throughout your taper. Probably everyone's favorite recovery tool is the manual therapy and cupping that you'll get. So think about it. Your muscles are sore and achy. Some of that fatigue is setting in. You're going to have some knots throughout your legs and your hips and your calves. We can come through and work on massaging and flushing out all those tight knots that you have. Cupping is also a really great way that we help your muscles recover by creating a lift and getting a stretch on those muscles. So it works on improving your flexibility. When we do cupping with movement, it doubles the effect because you're having the muscle stretch in 2 ways, not just one. One of the best things to do during your taper and while you're decreasing your mileage is also to do some light cross training. So we use things like Pilates and Redcord. It's unweighted, so you're not putting a lot of stress on your joints, but we are making those muscles activate and function in the best way possible. It helps us improve any muscle imbalances that you might be facing and helps just activate your hips and your glutes, which is going to help get you through the finish line without pain. Our 3D movement scan is actually a really good thing to do throughout your taper weeks as well, because it allows us to hone in on any other lingering issues that you might have and helps us figure out what the core issue is. So if you've been dealing with an injury throughout your training and it's just coming to a head now and you just need to get a fix before race day, we can figure out what is causing that pain. And lastly, a lot of runners, especially new runners, can be a little bit nervous before their first race. When you come in during your taper week, we can help you ease your minds and ease your fears and show you that you are ready for this race. You've put in the work and you've trained really hard, and now's the time where you just need to build that confidence for race day. So whether this is your first race or your 10th race, tapering shouldn't leave you with sluggish legs. If you have more questions about how we can help, feel free to come on in. We can help you get across the finish line feeling better than ever.